we all know we all want something, right? And like you said yourself, we are all motivated in a different way. So, if you strip all of the theory down, in the end of the day, there are only two motivators in life: running away from pain or running towards pleasure. That's it. That's basically it. So people who want to lose weight, they're kind of like running away from pain. People who want to get muscular, they're kind of like motivated to, by the pleasure of achieving that goal, and they do not exclude each other. They both can work. And so many times when you are working with a client who comes in and says, oh, I'm going to break the door every morning at 5 a.m. at the gym, and I'm going to be the first in and mop the floors, and then I'm going to lick the floors, and I'm going to do some push-ups, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
but in their heart of hearts, they do want to lose the weight, they do want to wear exercise, they do want to make a change in their life, but it doesn't last for long. And the reason is actually very, very simple. And this is something that I do with my clients all the time. And it's amazing how good this works. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think of your client as if it were this notebook. All right. So this is your client. All right. And this client is made of several pages, right?
Yep.
And so when the client comes in, this page is the one who says, I'm going to mop the floors and do the gym workout 7 times a week, right? This one. This one is the motivated one. But there are so many others who don't give a flying beep about it, who would rather, sleep in, who would rather have some cola, who would rather have a fudge rather than a salad, who would rather go out and, watch some movies and so on. And so basically this part of your client, this one fights all the others. All right. So when a client says, I'm going to do this, that, and the other, you just know that you are talking to a sliver of that part of that client, not the entirety of the client. So the trick is to be able to pull that out as much as possible, to bring that out to life as much as possible, and to have that part be more, present and active. So the client comes in and says, I'm motivated and I can't wait to do this workout and, change my life. So then what you need to do, you can ask this question. So are you feeling motivated right now? It's like, this is what you really want to achieve. Do you really want this thing to happen? And the client should say, yes, I really want it. Okay, good. So then what you do, you play a little trick and say, okay, so if you were to be like a special being or an animal, it can be a mythical one, it can be a real one, or it can be a hybrid that you make up on the spot right now. But if there were to be an animal that would be a perfect representation of your motivation to, lose weight, or of your motivation to be fit, what would that be? And your client will say whatever. I had clients who said a lion with eagle wings and a giraffe neck and an eagle and claws and something.
Okay.
Whatever. That's what, floats their boat. That's what it is. So then what you do, you get that from the client. So now you say, okay, so when you think of going to the gym and you go like, oh, gym again, like, come on, you feel that way, then what you do, you summon this being, you summon it up, and you kind of like let that take over it. Because when you do that, what you're basically doing, you're calling out the part who wants to work out.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that because I was just thinking myself as a tiger, and I have my workout after this, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go to the
Yeah,
gym and be that tiger.
exactly. So you're feeling down, if you say this to your client, but of course you can do this to yourself, of course, with yourself. So the client feels down. It's like, okay, so first, so what you have to do is you have to help the client get a very, very clear representation in their mind. So here's what I am you talking to your client. All right. So
Mhm.
here's what I do. I'm gonna do this with you, Tobias, so people can look back at this session and play the role. So basically, Tobias, let's say you are my client and you want to You want to work out, but sometimes you're not finding your whole motivation to do that. So sometimes you have ups and downs like life, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Give me an example of a moment when you felt really motivated and you had so much desire to work out, and if you could envision how good you would feel, how healthy you'd feel, how excited and enthusiastic you'd feel about working out and being healthy and losing weight and building muscle. Give me an example of when that happened.
For me, I feel like that every time I work out. But let me give
Right,
you a
but
scenario.
pick something up like
Yeah.
when you go like you feel like I'm gonna break the gym today, man.
Yeah. If I have a scenario, it's usually maybe if I've been like eating extra clean for a few weeks and I've really tightened up and I just feel a little bit more confident, dropped a couple pounds of body fat, and I just feel good. And then you get this amazing pump on those days when you actually add a little bit of carbs back in. How many of you
Yeah.
guys have done like a carb cycle where you do that? So you cut carbs for a little bit, then you add the carbs back in, you pop, everything looks great.
Mhm.
That's something, and you're just like, oh, then you feel good, you have energy, you got good sleep the night prior, and you're ready to just take on the world. That would be my day.
Perfect. Okay, so now imagine that you're feeling like that, but I want you not to just imagine. I want you to feel it, to experience it, like full body experience that energy, that pump, that like oh my God, I'm like right now, I'm exploding with energy. Like when you feel it, when
Yep.
you feel that, let me know.
Feel it.
All right, baby. So now let me ask you this. If there were to be an animal, real or imagined, hybrid or whatever, it doesn't matter. If there were to be an animal or being that would be a perfect representation of how you feel right now, what would that be?
Ugh. It would probably be like um, a leopard.
A leopard. All right. And is this leopard sitting, standing, running?
It's walking and its muscles just kind of like you could
All
see
right.
its muscles as it
It's
walks.
walking and you can see its muscles moving as it's walking, right?
Yeah.
All right. So now I want you to do this. I want you to feel as if you are looking at this leopard and you're looking and you see every single little detail. You see every single hair on the leopard. You can see the tail, you can see the ears, you can see the paws, you can see the back, you can see the belly, you can see the snout, you can see everything. Every detail, like you're looking at this leopard and you engrave it in your brain. So see that like you have a complete 360 perception of the leopard, not just with your eyes, but you can like feel it with your hands. You can smell it. You can almost taste it. When you
Okay.
have that perfect understanding of the leopard, let me know.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
All right, good. So now the next step is I want you to feel that you are the leopard. All right. So you are the leopard who walks, and I want you to feel the paws on the ground as you're stepping. I want you to feel the wave of the tail as you're stepping and you're moving. What does the world look like when you're a leopard? You can see your whiskers maybe, and you have this very fine hearing. And I want you to feel as a leopard walking and feel every single muscle as you're walking around. Feel that energy.
Okay. And I feel
All
the
right.
thick neck as you kind of like turn the head. The leopard
Exactly.
has a
Like
thick neck.
nothing
Yeah.
stands against you. You can do whatever, right?
Okay. Yep.
All right. So now when you feel like you're a fully embodied as a leopard, let me know.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. Perfect. Good. So now I want you to snap out of this experience and tell me what did you have for dinner yesterday?
Um, I'm almost thinking like I'm still a leopard and I ate a beast or something. Like I had some kind of beast in the tree. So
That's
you want to
good.
know what did I really have or like
Yeah,
as a
what
leopard?
you really had, because we need to get you out of that state before we move to the next step.
Okay, I really had some lean ground like hamburger, and then I had some. My daughter made like a macaroni and cheese with but like a healthy version with like low fat cheese.
Nice, nice, perfect. All right, good. Now, I want you to imagine like you need to go to the gym, but you're feeling kind of like, oh, bollocks, gym again.
Okay.
Like you feel demotivated. Maybe actually there was an experience in your life when you felt that when you wanted to go to the gym, you thought like I have to, I need to, but I'm so not,
Yeah,
um,
every great now and then I still feel like that. So let me
right.
put myself in that state.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. There you go. All right. So now imagine that you actually have to go to the gym, but you're like not feeling really motivated. You're just like, right?
Yep.
So now what I want you to do, I want you in your mind to call out the leopard, to say, hey, bring this up, and then feel like you're
Yeah.
the leopard.
I felt it. I felt my claws.
There you go.
I
There
felt
you go. That's
like
it.
the muscles come in the arms. Like, yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Perfect. So now that you have this, how are you feeling and thinking about the gym and workout?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Yep.
Right? Okay, good. So this is the exercise. And everybody who's watching, guys, just watch this again and again. Take notes word for word what I'm saying, if you will, and then apply this with yourself and with your clients. So I'll give you the steps of the exercise again so that you have it very clear. But this is the trick. So this takes like 3-5 minutes to do, and your clients will love you for it. So step number one, find the moment when the client felt really motivated and excited and like, oh my God, that was a good time. Like nothing could stop me. All right. So
Yep.
find that kind of a moment. And the more precise it is, the better. All right. So finding that moment, that is not like, oh, it was it happened many times in the past. And no, try to find like pinpoint. Okay, so when I was ready to run the, I don't know, for high school marathon, whatever, I don't know, something. So find something that they were very, it doesn't have to be sports related. Okay, it can be anything as long as they have that energy of excitement and enthusiasm and motivation. So you find that moment. Then you get them to experience that energy, to experience that motivation, to not to think about it, but to feel it, right, with their entire body, like feel it emotionally, feel it physically. So basically, you can even ask, so what do you hear? What do you see? What do you smell? What do you taste? Like with all of the senses. So embodying that experience. Then, once they feel that energy and emotion fully, then you ask, so when you're in this state, if there were to be an animal or a being that would be a perfect representation of this experience that you are having right now, what would that be? And
Yep.
it can be something that is real or it can be something that you make up. It doesn't matter, but it has to be the perfect representation for you of this energy of enthusiasm and motivation. And you ask them and you tell them, and they'll tell you. Once you have that, then you can say, okay, now I want you to look at this, like with Tobias, we had leopard, right? So I want you to look at this and look so like every single details. And when you look at it, I want you to feel it, to perceive it with all of your senses. And looking at this leopard, it's kind of, or this being, this animal, it's kind of like you engrave it in your mind. And when you
Okay.
have a perfect understanding, perfect representation, like you see 360, let me know. And the
Okay.
clients will say, okay, I got it. And then you say the next step, now be this. Feel what it feels like to be this,
Yep.
right? And then you give them details. Like for instance, with Tobias, now it's okay, feel the paws, feel the whiskers, feel the ears, feel the body, feel the tail, feel the everything, right? So feel like you are this thing. And when they say, okay, I got it, then you say, okay, now I want you to maximize it and like completely take ownership of this experience. Like fully, you're not a human being anymore. You are this. When you have this experience, when you feel like this is who you are, let me know. And then you wait. And then I'll say, okay, now I have it. Take whatever it's taking. Once they say now I have it, then the last step is to kind of like make it clear to them. So whenever you want to go to the gym and you need motivation, I want you to bring this up inside of you. And you can like call it, like if you were to give it a name, what would that be? And maybe for Tobias it would be leopard, maybe it'll be something else. And you give like shortcut in their brain. So you say leopard and that comes up, right? It can be
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So once they've done that, then you break the experience, which basically means you ask them something completely unrelated. It's like you ask so what is your phone number if you tell it to me backwards? And people like
Okay.
what? Hold on. And by thinking of that, they have to come out of this experience, which is what you want. And
Okay.
I'll tell you why you want, because now once they don't have to tell you the entire phone number, but at least say 4 or 5 digits, and then this is the moment when you check. you took them out of the experience and now say, so I want you to think of a moment recently when you felt like not motivated, like you knew you wanted to go to the gym, but you just couldn't put yourself together. And of course, they will have that experience, right, recently. And they say, I have it. And so now you say, okay, so now bring this up. Bring this up. And once it's activated inside of you, let me know. And they'll say, oh, I have it. How do you feel about the gym now? It's like, let's go, baby.
Nice.
So this way, they hack their own mind, they hack their own brain, and they hack their own behavior.
Yeah.
And this will basically what you do of all of the different aspects of their life, basically what you do, you pull this one out and say, hey, I want this one to be out and active. And you guys, all of you, can sit back and do whatever. When this is done, then we can do whatever else we want.
Yeah, man, that's very, very powerful. Eugen, thank you, man. That was good. You guys, did you like that? Is that something that you're going to be able to implement? Let me know in the comments below something that you pulled out of that. If you're going to implement that and if you're going to try that, tell me in the comments below, because I want to be able to know like if this was something that was super good.
Did you enjoy this presentation? Did you learn anything new? Did it bring more information to what you already knew, or maybe improved on what you already knew? I really hope it did. And if you'd like to learn more, if you'd like to stay in touch, if you'd like to get in touch actually with more like-minded people, people like you who are passionate about the mind, the psyche, the emotion, the spirit, the body, people who are interested in NLP and hypnosis and psychotherapy and counseling and coaching and personal development, well, go ahead and click on that link below. It's in the description of this video, and join our community. It's free to join. It doesn't cost you anything. And when you join, you get immediate access to hundreds of videos, courses, programs, sessions of working with clients, courses on NLP, on hypnosis, programs, summits, that are right there for you, ready for you to enjoy and to learn from. It's a community, a thriving community, I would rather say, of like-minded people like yourself, where we get together and share our knowledge and expertise. We support each other, we ask questions, we get answers, and we learn together. So if you want to learn more about the mind, about the psyche, about the spirit, if you want to learn more about coaching, NLP, psychotherapy, hypnosis, healing trauma, personal development, then click on that link below and join our free community. And I'm looking forward to welcoming you in there so that we can together learn, grow, and share. Click below, and I'll see you in our community.